Chapter 23. Your identity is not a job description. For many men, especially between the ages of 35 and 45, work becomes a central pillar of their identity. In a society where success is often measured by job titles, salary, and professional accomplishments, it's easy to define yourself solely by your career. But the problem with this approach is that your job is not your identity. Your identity is far more complex and multifaceted than a single role or career achievement. In this chapter, we will explore how to break free from the belief that your job defines who you are. We'll dive into why separating your personal identity from your career is essential for your mental health and sense of purpose. And we'll explore how to cultivate a more authentic sense of self that isn't tied to professional success or failure. The trap of job-defined identity. For many men, work is not just a way to pay the bills. It's the primary source of self-worth. Whether it's the pride you take in your role as a provider or the recognition you receive for climbing the corporate ladder, work often becomes a measure of your value. But when you define your identity solely by your career, what happens when things don't go as planned? What if you lose your job, experience a career setback, or reach a point of burnout? The dangers of job-centric identity. Career setbacks feel like personal failure. When your job defines you, any setback or failure at work can feel like a direct attack on your sense of self. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, depression, or anxiety. Burnout and exhaustion. If you tie your identity to your job, you may feel pressure to constantly perform at the highest level, leading to burnout. The exhaustion from trying to meet these expectations can be overwhelming. Loss of identity in transitions. When you experience a job change, retirement, or any professional shift, you may find yourself struggling to understand who you are outside of work. This loss of identity can cause a deep crisis, especially when your worth has been so closely tied to your career. The key is to recognize that you are more than your job. Your worth is not defined by your job title, salary, or professional achievements. Your identity is far richer and more complex than that. The trap of job-defined identity. For many men, work is not just a way to pay the bills. It's the primary source of self-worth. Whether it's the pride you take in your role as a provider or the recognition you receive for climbing the corporate ladder, work often becomes a measure of your value. But when you define your identity solely by your career, what happens when things don't go as planned? What if you lose your job, experience a career setback, or reach a point of burnout? The dangers of job-centric identity. Career setbacks feel like personal failure. When your job defines you, any setback or failure at work can feel like a direct attack on your sense of self. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, depression, or anxiety. Burnout and exhaustion. If you tie your identity to your job, you may feel pressure to constantly perform at the highest level, leading to burnout. The exhaustion from trying to meet these expectations can be overwhelming. Loss of identity in transitions. When you experience a job change, retirement, or any professional shift, you may find yourself struggling to understand who you are outside of work. This loss of identity can cause a deep crisis, especially when your worth has been so closely tied to your career. The key is to recognize that you are more than your job. Your worth is not defined by your job title, salary, or professional achievements. Your identity is far richer and more complex than that. Understanding the multidimensional self. Your identity is composed of many layers: your role as a father, husband, friend, and community member, your passions, hobbies, and interests, your values and beliefs, and even your personal history and experiences. When you define yourself only by your job, you narrow the scope of your identity, overlooking all the other parts of who you are. The many facets of your identity. Your relationships. You are a father, a husband, a son, a friend. Your relationships with others play a crucial role in shaping who you are, providing support, love, and a sense of belonging. Your passions and hobbies. Beyond work, you have things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Whether it's music, sports, travel, or creative expression, these aspects of your life contribute to your sense of self. Your values, the things you stand for, your core beliefs about honesty, integrity, family, community, and personal growth define who you are. These values guide your decisions and actions, influencing your relationships and how you approach life. Your purpose and mission. Your purpose is about the deeper meaning you find in life, what drives you to get up each day and contribute to the world around you. This purpose extends far beyond your job description and encompasses your legacy and the impact you wish to have. By understanding that your identity is multidimensional, you open yourself up to a deeper, richer sense of self that is not bound by your job or external expectations. Breaking the habit of job-based self-worth. Many men feel the need to prove their value through their work. It's not uncommon to hear phrases like, "I'll be somebody when I get that promotion," or "I'll feel fulfilled when I reach this milestone in my career." But constantly tying your sense of worth to professional success is a recipe for dissatisfaction because external achievements don't guarantee internal fulfillment. How to break free from job-centric identity. Start by questioning your beliefs. Ask yourself why you define yourself by your job. Is it because society told you to? Or because you've internalized the belief that success is the only measure of your worth? Questioning these beliefs is the first step in separating your identity from your job. Embrace your full self. Look beyond your work and acknowledge the other parts of yourself that make you whole. Take time to nurture your personal relationships, explore hobbies, and engage in activities that give you joy and fulfillment. Recognize your intrinsic worth. Your value doesn't come from external achievements. It comes from who you are at your core. Practice self-acceptance and understand that you are worthy, regardless of what you do for a living. The goal is to develop a more balanced self-view, where your career is one part of your life, but not the sole determinant of your identity. The value of self-worth beyond work. When you begin to separate your identity from your job, you can experience a deeper sense of self-worth. Your sense of value comes from within, not from external sources. This allows you to experience more freedom, peace, and confidence in your life, knowing that you are not defined by a job description. Benefits of separating identity from job. More resilience. When you face challenges or setbacks in your career, you won't feel personally defeated because your worth isn't tied to your professional life. You can bounce back more easily. A sense of fulfillment. By expanding your identity beyond your job, you create space for more fulfilling experiences, whether it's investing in relationships, exploring passions, or contributing to causes you care about. Healthier work-life balance. When you stop defining yourself by your job, you can create a more balanced approach to work and personal life. You can prioritize time for yourself, your family, and your well-being without feeling guilty. By recognizing your worth beyond the workplace, you take back control of your identity. You are no longer bound by a single role or job title. You are a whole person, deserving of fulfillment in all areas of life. Living a life of authenticity. Authenticity comes from being true to who you are, not who society tells you to be or who your job makes you think you should be. It means living according to your values, pursuing your passions, and nurturing relationships that are meaningful to you. Living authentically allows you to experience life with purpose because you are aligned with your true self. Steps toward living authentically. Align your actions with your values. Live in a way that reflects what matters most to you. Whether it's spending more time with loved ones or pursuing a dream, make choices that align with your values. Find fulfillment outside of work. Explore passions and activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Whether it's travel, sports, art, or community service, find outlets that allow you to express different aspects of your identity. Be present. Live in the moment. Stop living for the future or reliving the past. Focus on what you can control today and make choices that contribute to a life you can be proud of. Living authentically is a journey of self-discovery. It's about peeling back the layers of external expectations and reconnecting with your true essence. Redefining success. Ultimately, success is not just about career achievement. It's about finding fulfillment, balance, and purpose in all aspects of your life. Redefine what success means for you. It might be creating stronger relationships, pursuing a passion project, or simply having peace of mind. Steps to redefine success. Define your own success. Instead of following societal definitions of success, ask yourself what success looks like for you. Is it financial stability, personal happiness, a sense of contribution? Define success on your own terms. Celebrate non-work achievements. Recognize and celebrate accomplishments that are not related to your job. This could be the way you've nurtured your relationships, the growth you've experienced personally, or the ways in which you've contributed to your community. By redefining success, you give yourself permission to feel proud of the life you're building, regardless of your career trajectory. Conclusion. Who you are is more than what you do. You are a father, husband, friend, and individual, and each of these roles has intrinsic value. Your job is just one aspect of your life, not the whole story. By separating your identity from your career, you allow yourself the freedom to experience life more fully. You can find fulfillment in your relationships, passions, and purpose, and you will no longer be defined by a job title or professional achievement. Remember, you are not your job. You are far more than that. Embrace the many facets of your identity and start living a life that reflects the fullness of who you truly are.